everybody. I'm Stacey J.
And I'm Chuck Duran.
Here we go with part 2 with the amazing Jodi Gottlieb. Are you ready?
Wow. So let's talk about the whole demo thing a little bit more here.
Okay.
Obviously, I've been producing demos for a gazillion years. You've been producing demos as well.
I have to say,
Yeah.
demos that rock, the place to go. I only do demos for private clients
I see.
who ask me specifically to do their demo.
I see.
You know, I don't do demos for people I haven't worked with.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
Well, I
know
love
what
it
you're going to
because
be
you
able to
guys
put
are
out.
cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
There's no standard, oh, you work for 2 weeks, you do a demo. You
Right.
guys have both turned people away
Yes.
Yeah.
that are not ready. So
More often
Well,
than
you
not.
just said
Yeah.
you don't do a demo before you're ready.
Right.
Okay, and that is key.
That is key. And here's a really, this is, I don't know, neck and neck for which is more important. Take the workshops, do the work. You're going to have to spend some bucks. If you're in a workshop, even if it's 3 weeks in or if you're in a second workshop, if a teacher approaches you and says, let's produce your demo, which basically they're saying is give me more money and I'll
Right.
produce a demo, run the other way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Find demos that rock.
Well,
Come to demos that
thank you very much. That's very cool, and I appreciate. And you should, because she's right. But I will say this: it's not we're putting down a coach or anything like that. But back to my philosophy: if you have an electrical problem at home, you call an electrician. On his way out, you don't ask him to do your plumbing.
That's right.
Call a plumber. Get it done right
That's
the first time. Coach with somebody who's a great coach. And you're going to get really great stuff. When
That's
it's
right.
time to do a demo, you need to go to somebody who does that.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Who everybody knows, who people talk about, who's going to give you that great product.
Yes.
And that's like you say, I only do demos for my clients
Right.
because you know what you're going to be able to pull out
Right.
and where you're going to be
And
able to
when
give
they're
out.
ready.
And when
Absolutely.
they're ready,
And
I
when they're
have
ready.
said, wait 6 months or
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
How many demos have you fixed of that would have been done when they weren't supposed to be done? We're not even
my
going to.
God.
You
We're
can't
not-
count.
Can't even
You
count.
can't count. On a-
And I try to save some of the material because I want to save the client money.
Yeah.
And sometimes
You can't.
the whole thing has to be scrapped.
Absolutely. That happens to me all the time. And it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. So rather than like going a cheap route, and I always tell people, man, if you're going to cut corners on like the food that you eat. You know what I mean?
true.
Don't cut corners on the
Right.
most important tool a voice actor could actually have.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I've had people, that's too expensive. It's like, go get it cheaper. You know?
And then you're going to end up redoing it.
And then you're going to end up
and
bringing it
redoing
back
it.
anyway.
Well, because I know
Exactly.
promos that I've booked, I didn't even get the audition unless my demo passed the mustard. So it's like
That's right.
your demo
That's right.
is not only you're going to book things from it, but you wouldn't even get the audition opportunity
That's right.
unless your demo
That's right.
demonstrates your capabilities.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
it's just
And
so important.
For the most part, especially in promos because we work so fast, a lot of booking off the demo.
Yeah,
A lot.
exactly. Even agents tell you that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Promos don't go out for auditions a lot. So if we're looking for a new voice, we may hold a casting session depending, again, on the lead time. But generally, I'm clicking around saying, let me hear this, let me hear that, let me hear this.
Yeah.
Or I'll call an agent and say, this is what I'm hearing, who do you recommend? And I'll listen to some people and just book off the demo.
Beautiful.
Well, on that note, do you have any, if someone is ready to make the demo, do you have any do's and don'ts about the demo that really you think are important?
One thing that
That's a good question.
that bothers me when I hear demos is voiceover talent who find their voice and that's all they do. There's no variety.
Yeah.
I like to hear your money voice up front, the money voice being the voice you're most comfortable with and will book the most jobs with, and then immediately something different.
Yeah.
And then something different, and then a long piece.
Yeah.
And then go back, end it with your money voice again, although we rarely get to the end of a demo.
This has to happen in 8 seconds.
At
By
the
the
end of
way.
the demo, you can
happened
just
in
play
8
your
seconds.
favorite song if you want. No, just kidding.
I want to hear your money voice up front, but within the first 10 seconds, I've got to hear something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what that tells me, I don't care what it is. I don't care, and obviously we don't expect you to have really done those spots on the demo. We know they demonstrate, and that you're not saying you booked it.
Yeah.
But what that tells me is, you're directable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's all I need.
Yeah, because that's what you need to do.
That's
That's
the
what you
name of
need
the
to
game.
do.
That's the name of the game, right?
Yeah.
Get the job
Goosebumps.
done.
That's why I wore this sweater. Because I was
Yeah.
expecting it. I love it.
Yes.
I
And
love it when we speak the truth.
And I have to say that when I am going into a real session, I don't want to work that hard.
Yeah.
So I want to hire people who are just going to give it to me. By that time, I've already been, working really hard.
Yeah.
By that time, it's like, just do it.
Yeah.
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 Don't make me work hard.
Well,
for
you
that.
should be in one take, maybe two.
Absolutely.
Maybe a third take if you want something different. But I mean, it should
Yeah.
not take you 5 takes to get.
Not in promo.
Yeah.
No, in commercial, you can do 25 takes. I don't care. But in promo, 2-3 takes.
And that's it. Yeah.
I do have to say I like working with talent who, once I get my take that I like, they will say, and Townsend, famous for
Yes.
this, he'll say, okay, is it okay, can I do one more? And more than not, that's the one, sometimes it's like, no, that didn't work. But more than likely, it's like, I like that.
Yeah.
That's one to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The amazing Townsend Coleman.
The amazing Townsend
Love
Coleman.
The amazing
Yes.
Townsend Coleman.
I've worked with him for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. I know that's a question a lot of talent ask me. And my answer is give them what they want, take the direction, give them what they want. When they're happy, ask for another take. And that's usually pretty good.
That's good. Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Get down, baby.
Yeah.
You're just full of
Full of it.
tricks.
Little tidbits
Full
here.
of it.
Tips and tricks around here.
I've got a whole bag of tricks over here.
Yeah, right?
We're digging our.
What else we got?
What stands out to you, Jodi, in the pro or the con category when you're listening to promo auditions? Because sometimes you're casting them, you're writing them, you're casting them, you're producing, you're the whole shebang.
What stands out, and pro and con is the same thing. Because I like to hear 2 takes. Sometimes I'll let you do 3, but 2 takes.
Yeah.
Time. I don't,
Yeah.
2 takes. When I get an actor send me 2 takes that are so similar or actually exactly alike, that doesn't help me. What I'm hearing you tell me is that this is all I can do, which may not be the case, but that's all I'm hearing on that audition. I want to hear 2 different approaches, which may require 2 different triggers or a different stance, but give me something different. And it may not be right, and that's okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
When I'm auditioning, I don't need you to get it exactly the way I wrote it. I can get you there.
Yeah.
I need you to bring something to the party.
That
Okay?
life.
Yeah.
That
life,
excitement, that connection.
that connection.
Yeah.
Make it real, make it different.
Well, because
cool.
it could be a standalone promo, it could be an ongoing campaign.
Yes.
So if you're going to be working with this person,
Yes.
and they have one, I mean, listen, we all know that not everyone can do everything, and you
Yeah.
shouldn't feel badly if you can't do everything.
Right.
But if you are not able to bring nuances that change it, that's going to be a very long and boring campaign.
Well, that person's not going to stay on the campaign
That's
very
true.
long.
The person didn't get the campaign. I'm sorry. You did not get the
Yeah.
campaign.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You
Sorry.
you were just.
We didn't mean to make
aced
it.
out.
Yeah.
Okay, this is something that people should know. This happens a lot more than we like to admit. I'll go through casting, or not, or I'll pick somebody,
Yeah.
and we'll do a promo, and by the time it airs, it's been changed. It has usually has nothing to do with the actor.
Okay.
It usually has to do with a change of style in the
Yeah.
campaign. The network has decided on a different approach. I brought it back to the network, and whoever approves it, you sound just like his uncle who locked him in a closet. There's no telling why. The hardest thing to do is not to take it personally.
Yeah.
And I think if you ask around, everybody has experienced that. They've gone on, they've done a great session, the producer was happy, the promo airs, and it's not them.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I know, because all my buddies are in the promo business, and I know some of them that are friends that were on a campaign, and then they lost it, and then the other guy got it. And it's like, you stole my campaign, man. Like,
well, I know when you're doing on camera, you're like, I booked an episode of...
It's just what happens.
And then they cut you out, you can't control it.
It's part of the...
It's out of your control.
Yeah.
It's often out of my control. There have been times I've come back from a session, and this has happened where I've been told to hire somebody. And I have to work really hard. He's not really an announcer. It's a friend of, one of those things. And I come back and say, can't do it. Here, listen. And luckily, I've worked for people who say, you're right. Go do it with whoever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't mind giving people a chance. I actually like it. But you have to step up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is not a drill, people.
That's right.
Yeah, I thought it was a drill.
That's
No.
right.
No, it's not. Not a drilling.
This is not a rehearsal. This is the real thing.
This is the real thing. Yeah.
Well, and that's why when you say you have to have your skills sharp and ready, when that opportunity knocks, you've got to be ready because you don't know when it's going to happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so you have to be ready because there's no time for rehearsal, and it's too much money and too much.
Absolutely.
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 Absolutely. And you have to be available.
Yeah.
Promos, again, are fast. We work quick. I can get an assignment in the morning and be on air at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 5 o'clock to run it at 8 o'clock in New York. It's fast. I don't have the kind of time to massage your ego or to play that game. And you have to be available. If I call your agent and say, I need Stacey at 2 o'clock, Stacey better be at an ISDN box at 2 o'clock.
Right.
Yes. Not on the massage table.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so
it's very hard to lead a life if you are doing promo.
Yeah.
For both of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Definitely. And then if they want revisions, it's like at 3:15 you're back.
Oh, listen, we've had revisions being called in at midnight. It is the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you call sometimes? Is the talent come into the studio as well, or just only by ISDN?
Sometimes the talent comes in, but mostly it's ISDN, so it's not as inconvenient.
Okay.
But there are times the talent does come in.
Okay.
But I have no problems with ISDN. In fact, I'm usually home on the phone. Talent's in his home on ISDN. The engineer's in the studio. Nobody's getting dressed.
Nobody's
Exactly.
anymore.
So you don't even need to be at the studio.
I don't even need to be at the
That's
studio.
why you love it, because you're at home, having a little cocktail, relaxing, watching Scandal on ABC.
All I have to do is pick up the phone, I mute the TV. It's like, oh, let's tweak this line. Okay, that's a pickup, done.
Nice. What a life.
And then the money truck drives up and...
What a life. When you pay your dues, that's why you look so vibrant and
I know. She's
sparkly
rested.
and rested.
Well,
You're not driving in
My
traffic.
goodness
It's
gracious.
fabulous.
No, I have to say the commute's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it. What are some of the challenge, all kidding aside, what are some of the challenges that you face as a writer, producer, director? Because you're out there hustling too.
Yeah.
I am hustling. It's harder and harder for me to get work. They want them younger, cheaper, faster. They can't. I'm fast. But they think going younger and cheaper is going to save them money, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
Some of the challenges that I'm facing that I see, this is not a dig on anyone in particular, is the way promos are being written and produced now. There was a time we got to tell a story and leave you wanting more. I want the audience to say what happens next.
Right.
And that's going to cause tune-in. Now I'm finding the writing in all the studying that I've been doing. The writing has been very pedestrian, full of hyperbole, and not really telling me anything about the story. It's not giving me a cliffhanger. And I find that when the promo says this is one episode you can't miss, my automatic response is watch me.
Right.
You can't tell me something is funny. I have to judge that for myself.
Yeah.
You can't tell me this is an emotional scene. Show it to me, and I'll be the judge.
Right.
So I think the style has changed. That's my biggest challenge, is not being able to write the way I want.
Yeah.
You know, I want people to say what happens next.
Yeah.
You know, and now it's all about the stars and the guest stars and the what do you even call it? The gimmicks.
The gimmicks.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
gimmicks of the trade.
The
Yeah.
gimmicks of
The
the trade.
trickery.
Yeah.
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 But in terms of production, it's the opposite. Production is much more streamlined,
Yeah.
and talent can be anywhere.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can call you at 9 o'clock and say, Stacey, I need a pickup line. And, you know, you can just do it.
Yeah.
So,
You can call her 5 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
because she wakes up really early.
Yeah. I might be doing it from the hiking trail, but I've got a
you
good,
have a phone?
I have a good mobile system. I hike on my backpack.
Hike with
ISDN
it.
on the iPhone 6 now. Yes, it's available.
I'm in the canyon right
Yeah.
now, but
Do they really?
No.
Oh.
no, but it's coming.
it's coming. I'm sure. I'm sure.
But, so production is more streamlined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I love that you clearly are walking the walk. You're studying.
Yeah.
You're keeping up with
Yes.
the trends, and I think that it's important
Yes.
for the talent side to understand that you have a whole deal as well. It's not just you sit around and you've got
Yeah.
to know what's going on, and you've
Yes.
got to stay current, just like we do.
Yeah.
Yes, I have to do the homework. I've heard, we won't name names,
Yes.
I've heard a lot of people come in and they see the material I bring them, which is, you know, last week's episode.
Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah.
And they make comments about it, and to me that's just normal. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And I've been told that, you know, some coaches are using material from 5 years ago. The shows aren't even on anymore.
Yeah.
And you can't stay current if you're not doing the homework. I mean, you have to listen all the
Of
time.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And even as a demo producer, it's like you can't use the same music on demos that you used, 2 years ago.
Right.
You need to, I think it's got to be fresh, man.
Right. It's gotta
I
be
mean, there's new music
fresh.
coming up every day, and
Yes.
I license all my music. So when I put music on a demo, those people are safe. They can put that demo anywhere, and
Yeah,
they're never going to
not
have any
everyone does
legal
that.
No.
actions
And
and things
that's
like that
not good.
because it's all licensed. But really, really cool. So you have a bit of advice for people.
I do.
Let's
And
hear it.
We're going back to demos.
Okay.
So it's don't do your demo too early.
Yes.
Don't do it with a teacher approaches you. And get a checkup every year or a year and a half.
Absolutely.
I'm okay if I hear a demo that has a show that's been canceled within the last year, but after that, it gets old.
Yeah.
You've also continued to study, and you're getting better.
Absolutely.
And what do you say?
Don't show how good you were, show how good you are.
Right.
That's one of the main reasons you want to update,
Right.
yeah.
A good demo should last about a year and a half, 2 years.
Absolutely.
So even though you think it's a lot of money to lay out,
Yeah.
amortize
But then again,
it.
you're not redoing the whole thing
You don't have to-
necessarily.
you don't
You're
have
just
to-
updating a couple
Right.
spots and sprucing it up.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Absolutely. That gets
Yeah.
the agent excited. They get
Right.
you listening. You get to put it out there again. Hey,
Right.
updated demo, right?
Right. Yeah,
Very cool.
absolutely.
So there you go. When was the last time you updated your demo? Oh.
Oh.
Time for a checkup.
Okay, so
time for a
seriously,
checkup.
so I meet people all the time, and they'll send me a thing, and I'll go, when was the last time? When did you did this? 2006.
Oh.
Do you
Yeah,
think you're
it's
better
time.
today than you
Yeah.
were then? Yeah. Why would you want to keep anything on
Yeah.
there?
Right, and all those shows that have been canceled, I'm thinking you haven't worked since.
Exactly.
Even though we know that you may not have actually done those.
Exactly, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't
What
matter.
it shows to somebody like you or an agent or a talent buyer is that this person doesn't really care that much.
Right.
They're not
So
on
why
the
should
pulse of
I?
what's happening. Yeah.
And it's so much better and cheaper to just refresh every
Yeah.
year and a half.
Absolutely.
Don't go longer than 2 years.
Yeah, I agree with that. 100%.
I love it.
Great advice.
Yeah. So let's close with what do you have coming up?
Well, I've got some workshops. I'm constantly doing privates in studio and Skype available during the day. And I have a workshop coming up with Jeff Howell.
Nice.
Everyone's going to want in on this one. We may have to open this up the
Uh-oh.
room. Interpreting specs.
Interpreting specs.
Yes.
Wow.
How many times have you seen specs that make no sense?
All the time.
All the time.
Exactly.
Contradict, yeah.
So we're doing it's going to be a one night, weekday evening in
Wow,
studio.
this is cool. Do we have a date for this, or do they go
Not
somewhere
yet.
to find
it's
out?
going to be Facebook and Twitter.
Okay, beautiful.
Announcements will be made as soon as the dates have been set. Look for that
Excellent.
in November.
Okay.
January, I'm going to be doing a timing workshop. I do that throughout the year.
Yeah.
Jeff and I are again in January, the
Yeah.
end of January, going to be doing another one-day intensive.
Beautiful.
Please come back.
Oh, I will. I will. I know. I was so sorry I couldn't miss that one. But you guys know Jeff Howell. You can look in our archives and watch his amazing
Yep,
episodes.
he's very cool.
Watch
at
Jeff.
Worldwide
Yes.
Radio. He's awesome.
And we'll be doing that. And we're also, this is a little early to talk about it, but I'll talk about it anyway. Jeff and I are developing a new curriculum, improv for voiceover,
Awesome.
which I think, I know, is going to speak to the actor in you all.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And very much needed.
Within the realm of
Very
promo
much.
and
So
commercial?
important.
Within the realm of promo and commercial?
And commercial, yes.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Yes.
Fantastic. Wow. LA's going to be on
They are
fire.
the dream team of promos, Jeff and
Yes.
Jodi, JJ.
Yes. The timing workshop I do on my own,
Yes.
although I do invite Jeff to stop
Yeah.
by when he can.
Yeah.
But just follow me on Facebook and Twitter and keep in touch.
Absolutely.
And stay up to date. All the announcements are being made there.
Wow. This
Send
is-
me your
Love
private email because I do an email blast before I post.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And you gotta get in on
You
it
have to
because
get in on
it
it
fills up and what's beautiful is that you don't do things with 20 people.
Right.
They're small,
they're
it's intimate,
small.
you get in the booth
Yeah.
many times. It's
Yes.
fabulous.
Are we putting Jodi on the
We're
spot?
putting her on the spot.
Oh, boy.
She
okay,
puts
Jodi.
me on the spot. I'm
Pick a
putting her
number.
on the spot.
All of a sudden I feel like I have a microphone in front
Pick
of
a
me.
number.
127.
Whoa.
If you could gain back all the hours you've spent in your life doing a certain thing, what would it be?
Wow.
Listening to bad demos? No.
No, because you know what? I actually learned from that.
Yeah, you
I
do.
do. Yes. If I could get back those hours, going to bad movies
What's your favorite movie?
of all time, The Big Chill.
Nice. Great movie.
Amazing music.
Yeah.
Amazing music.
You
Yeah.
have to dance when you watch the movie.
have
I
to
dance when I
dance.
watch the movie. I don't
You
know about
dance
anyone
all the
else,
time.
And,
Sure.
and at the time, it really spoke to me. I was at, it's like these people have reached the pinnacle, and it's what's next,
Yeah.
basically.
but Such an amazing
It's
cast.
such an amazing cast.
Yeah, really, really cool.
What's
It's
your
just-
least favorite movie? What's the movie that took 2 hours of your life you can't get back?
Oh, I think I have forgotten them.
Yeah, I
blocked it.
try to block them
I have
from my
blocked
memory.
it.
Absolutely. You don't have to answer that.
There have been several.
Yes, and a lot of them have the same ones in common.
Yes.
I would like to say that thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, coming out here, sharing with Stacey and us, and everybody out there. Everything you said was right on. I love it
Golden.
when people are in this business and they're out there doing good. And by good, I mean giving people great information to actually help them build a successful voiceover career. And that's exactly what you're doing. And kudos to you, girl. Put it there.
Thank you.
Love that
Thank you
girl.
so much. It's good to see you.
Jodi
see you.
Gottlieb, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
Get in touch
you.
with her, you guys.
Absolutely.
Please.
And we will see you next time.
Hi, I'm Jodi Gottlieb, and I just got buzzed with Chuck and Stacey. They are so cool.
Well, that concludes our two-part episode with Jodi Gottlieb. Hope you guys got some really, really good notes. Reach out to her. If you're into promos, man, that's what you need to do because she is definitely top of the top. So, and we'll see you next week with another awesome episode, yeah?
And make sure to find her on Facebook and Twitter as well as us, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at VO Buzz Weekly. We love you guys. Thanks for watching, and just remember,
You always have time for a little buzz.
Bam!